So, hello everybody, welcome. Today we're gonna do a guide, a little tutorial since the game is missing on how to play it and be effective in some things. I'm gonna give you some starting tips for this game so you won't struggle so much to do some simple things. So, first we need to do is make our town. Okay, we're gonna... Okay. Next thing, I have installed a mod called Colonial Chapter. You see here CC. All these maps are from it, not the basics one, so I would suggest you to take it. It brings a lot of content in the game, and it is a very cool feature. It doesn't break the main game. So first thing we need to do, we're gonna take flat plains for the start, because they're easier to build larger towns on. Terrain in size, large is quite enough, but you can go wild if you want. Climate, okay, we're gonna set it for the mild. You can increase difficulties, so the more, as you can see, it's very slow rain frequency, so it is important to have rain for the crops and let's say less snow, because there is a bigger season to grow your crops. So starting conditions, disasters, we'll leave them on. We're gonna take this one. This is the, let's say, fairest start of all, in my opinion. You will have, as you can see, clothing, food, firewood, tools, construction materials, and barn is already built. We can have an easier, then we'll have even few houses built, but we're gonna start like this. There's a mod called Adam and Eve, where you start with only 2 people, so it is very interesting. I have played it 2 times. It is so, if you have time, it is beginning is slow, but it is incredible. Now we're at the stage 1. So first tip I will give you, as you can see, we got horses. If you don't like horses, just restart 1 or 2 times and you can get some animals that are much more useful, like sheep, which will give you wool and meat, or chickens or cows maybe, which will give you leather. For clothes will give you meat, and will give you milk for different kind of dairy products you can. So this is our central warehouse for everything that is not our 3 main resources. Here in this tab you have 2 useful things, in my opinion. This, which will give you main town characteristics, and this, which will give you occupation of townspeople. So here, as you can see, we have 10 laborers at the start. We're gonna make, let's say, 2 builders for the start. After they build initial houses, we're gonna remove 1, because we have lack of manpower at the moment. First thing we need to do is get them off the streets, let's say. We're gonna make them some houses. Now, you have, in my opinion, choice between this house, which costs 16 logs and 8 stone, or this house at start, because 24 logs, 40 stone and 10 iron. But as you can see, we have some stone lying around. We can easily break it because it is closed, and we can make a few of these houses. These houses will provide more warmth than regular homes, and then wooden homes, and you would not need so much of this firewood for warming the house. So it saves you a lot of time, a lot of resources, and so on. So it is a little bit push to start, but we're gonna do it. First thing we want to do is make some kind of a road, let's say like this, and let's say like this. So every road have to be built by a builder. Now the main thing, we're gonna make crop field. We're gonna go 15 by 15. It is most efficient square. from all the ones I have tried it, I have read about and so on. So this, and you employ 2 people, and these 2 guys here that we're putting at the moment will feed, as you can see here. This is how much the building need. It can sustain 4. This I'm sorry, this is the number of workers working in this profession as builders, and this is the number that is assigned to this building at the moment, and at full capacity it will operate at 4. So now we'll wait for them to remove 6 of these obstacles here. As you can see, they have this icon means they have no home. After making supplies of the food, we're also gonna put, where is it? Here. We're gonna make it a little bit smaller. Let's say 15 with 7, but we're gonna put only 1 worker here. We got piers, which are nice. We're gonna increase 1 farmer here. So this building has no obstacle, it is starting to... Now, one thing about every kind of oak-ridge you will building, it takes I think 2, 3, 4 years for the trees to grow and start producing food. So keep that in mind. You won't have them starting like this. Now we're gonna remove it and start planting right away. But for this it will take some time to start producing food. Now one of the most efficient ways in the start for getting food is since you will have forest near you. All we have to do is go here, raw resources, and fish is not a bad option, but these guys produce so much food. They are gathering in this circle, and it is good to place them somewhere relatively far from your town. So we're gonna put him like somewhere over here, and he'll gather berries, even herbs, and so on. Now one of the most important thing in this game is for you have an option here to do certain things. You can remove structures and so on, but we can order them manually to cut down trees. As you can see, we can order them to collect stone, collect iron, or collect stone and iron. Also we can send them to collect wild food. As you can see, there is a food in the forest. And don't issue them like one task, like let's say I want to collect some iron, so I'm going to take this part here and issue them this, because it will take them some time, and you can just find yourself adding, building houses, and nothing gets done. So take one task at a time. That is my advice. Now if I want to build houses, let's say I want to build 3 homes, you're going to do this. Even if I don't have the resources for it, I'm gonna do this. First they need to be cleared, but I'm gonna pause every new building that I usually make, I pause it. And then when they're finished with their tasks, I will let them build 1 building. So let's say for start this, I won't put all 3, because then everything will be done much more slower. So basically all we need to do for the start is make homes for them, make some food, and we need 1 more essential building. It is this guy. Sorry, I took the small one. This guy. So this is one of the buildings we need from the very beginning, before the first winter. It only costs, as you can see, 24 wood and then 8 stone, so it is cheap. It will cut logs for them to keep warm. And this is initially the first stage of the 3 stages which you need to survive. All you have to do is do these 3 things: build woodcutter, build few houses, build some food. Now, important thing is for you to think how your town will develop. So let's say we have a major river here, there are smaller rivers. So I wanna, let's say, put farming in this square here, I'm gonna make few farms, ranches, few barns. I'm gonna populate people here, and then on this river, let's say I'm gonna build trading outposts, and on this part, since I'll be building, let's say, houses here, I'm gonna extract clay, sand, and such stuff for making, let's say, for bricks. There's a lot of things you can collect if you manage to acquire, let's say, chickens from the start. They will drop feathers. Also, you can hunt for feathers, and all you need is a reed. You build one little station near the coast here, and they will collect reed, and you can get the most primitive clothes. Now, second part, as you can see, the construction has begun. I will show you in a few seconds the second part, where we will try to accomplish all these resources, so we will be self-sufficient, not just having covered basic needs like food and so on. We'll have some basic resources production setup. So, as you can see, we have 10 people and 4 children. So, let me show you now what the mid-game is all about. As you can see, it is 14 years later. I have set up, we are in the mid-game. We possess a small village, but very soon we'll start rising exponentially in people. So we'll need to set up some more complicated chains of production. For the start, I have supplied us, as you can see here, with some... I'm playing a different game than the one we started with. I have supplied us with, from the very start, with the chickens. I have restarted a few times. Also, soybeans are not bad, and we have apricots. We have houses for stone houses for everybody. As you can see, I even have unpopulated houses. I can set up a school, so everybody from this moment on will start as skilled worker, which is very good for us. Also, I have set up some basic production of stone. I have seen, as you can see here, only 2 workers, but it is steady pace, and I collect additional one from the map. Also, I have a mine. Now, as you can see, it has how much remaining iron is it in it, but I can upgrade it. But we need candles. Candles come as a late game product, so we will need to set up like beeswax and so on. Also, one major part of the mid game is this station, farm supplier. So we can pick any excess of the goods we want. We have let's say abundance of food or logs or whatever, so we put one worker and we say like he can stash here, he can stash a number of this, and for trade and for this. As you can see, it has how much it is full, and when we import some goods in it and the trader stops here, we can trade this for some seeds, animals, or whatever he is carrying. Also, there's a general trader. There is, when you open this column here, so markets, and the first one, you can see there is a trading post. It's the big one here. Random merchants will come, and they can come with seed or not, but at the start you need more seeds, and that is one of your priorities. So this is the first thing you need to build from all the traders, in my opinion. You farm supplier, then you're building trading posts. Also, there are these guys, and there is a native trader. Yes, these 2 buildings will produce something else. They are late game games. Also, so as we start, these guys should be 15 by 15 with 2 workers. Very important tip. Also, try to keep one of these guys, so central market. Try to build your city around these guys, because they will save you a lot of time. People won't have to go here for one thing, then I don't know, here for second thing, and so on. They'll just go to central market and pick whatever they need: logs, firewood, tools, food, whatever. This building is working even if it's not manned, as you can see, but we'll add one people here and we'll set it up to start working. Things you are required to build in a main game, mid of the game, are blacksmith, so you need to keep our production of the tools. So I switch him on and off periodically because I don't have requirements at the moment for so many tools. Also clothes, so we need a tailor. As you can see, he's shut out. I can make crude shirts at the moment from reeds and feathers, so I'm collecting feathers from here. Also, additional statistics will be provided when you build a town hall. Then you will have lots and lots of numbers for everything. You can see how much yearly they produce and so on. These guys are also very important for the mid game. As you can see, I'm producing here reeds. I have also here stockpile, so our worker will put it here and laborers will take it to the main store warehouse, not the worker from this hut. So as I was saying, cool thing about this game is everything is movable in this way. You can pin it or unpin it, doesn't matter. So these guys can collect. These two things are next thing we need. We need bricks. Okay, a merchant has arrived. Let's see what he's carrying. So this is what we're talking about. Now we don't need to collect anymore. Perhaps we can buy them, but we're gonna take, let's say, barley seeds. We're gonna take 500 of this. Soya bean we got. I'm gonna take 500 of this. One cost. Sorry. 4k. We don't have 4k. Maybe this lettuce. Okay, we're gonna take this. And we're gonna pay him with food. And we're gonna give him some firewood. Okay. Now keep one thing in mind when you trade like this. We have set here 2k. We're gonna delete this. Otherwise, they will pull the food from our main storehouses here, and then we'll have like 1k for the feeding of the population, which is not enough. Also, we're gonna place this, and we're gonna add 2 workers here. Let's see, we have one more laborer, but okay, we have additional laborers going through. Everyone who has a sign above their head is a person like tailor or smith that are not working at their current position because their buildings are switched off, and they are working as simple laborers, so I'm not worried about one laborer. Now, as I was saying, you are gonna need for the mid part of the game, one smith, one mine of this kind, and one mine of this kind. Also, I suggest you build additional barn and upgrade it. This is your starting barn, only upgrade it. You can build additional lockers like we have meat locker here. Also, I have a fisher, one fisher at the moment. In basic game, fishing is not so efficient, but there is a good mod which improves the fishing efficiency, and I would suggest you to get it, because fishing generally sucks in the main game. It is one of the things community has fixed. Now, there is always one part of that I will distance from the main town. I will take one forester. As you can see, I have 2 citizens inside. I have them from the start. They're producing all the wood I need. I don't collect wood intentionally anymore. Just 2 of them are enough at the moment. So they will operate in this circle. They will plant trees and they will also cut trees. You can set them to do only one, but whatever. Now in this circle we're going to try to put things like gatherer. They won't affect forest in any way. They will only gather food and herbs, which will respawn. These guys are amazing at producing food. They are almost good as large farms, almost. So keep it in mind. One of these guys can feed a lot of people for you. I have a woodcutter. Now this is a system I'm setting up for. I have one small few tiles wood stockpile where they will put logs in. As you can see, it's not working at the moment, and this will fill over time. Everything that is excess will go to main storage, as you can see here, and they can be used by the, let's say, blacksmith. But good thing about this, why I don't make this bigger, it maybe should be a bit smaller, is I have to how much this large next stockpile is 2 times larger, and it is only for firewood, for fuel, but firewood is what we'll store. So this guy will come, pick logs when I turn the building on, pick logs and put them here. So this is also in the range of the market, as you can see. So guys from the market can pick up wood and distribute it to the houses. So you gotta keep, it is good to keep all these things in mind when you're dealing with the planning. Also build one building at a time. There's no need for rush. You can only get yourself into trouble. There can be event which can screw you up pretty much, like long winters and so on. So as you can see, it is fairly simple. All you have to do is, at this moment, we have basic production of 3 main resources. We also have set up firewood system. We have tools. I keep them around. When they drop to 50, I make like 200 of them. And also clothes, I try to keep them around 100 is enough. They don't consume it so much. Firewood around 5,000 at the moment. 500, sorry, at the moment. And as you can see, it is winter and I'm not turning him off. Maybe they'll spend some amount, maybe half. I'll make it in some time, but it's not rush. You just keep things nice, smooth. Go one task at a time. Next thing will be late game. I won't show you at the moment late game. Maybe I made separate guide about it, because there's lots of advanced chains of production and so on, and who wants to discover it for himself, good. Who doesn't, will make maybe in the future advanced guide with the complete chains for everything, building of the majority of the buildings, because there is a lot of buildings that we haven't made at the moment. This town can grow. As you can see, we only have like 10 houses, 11 houses, but this town can have, as you can see, there is a place to expand pretty much. Depending on your map size, we can have here like 1,000 people, maybe 2,000 people, 5. We can build walls, and there are different kind of interesting things you can do and grow this town. This is only a mid game, but I was using it, for example, how to show you how to set up basic. Now basic, from this moment on, you won't be having any more problems in the game. As you can see here, this cannot drop below this line. We have herbalist. Also, we are producing everything we need for survival, from clothes, tools, foods. Even now we have additional source of food. So keeping your citizens happy is also involved around giving them different kinds of food. You can process it later. some foods to some others, like you can make bread, cheese, various items you can make, taverns, and so on. You will see. So guys, I hope you found this helpful. If so, give it a like, subscribe. We'll be bringing more content for different kind of games. So once again, I hope you enjoy it. See you all soon and have fun.